Yeah, working through something, but he'll be out there today.
And then Josh Palmer, where is he at with his field?
I don't think he'll be out there today.
And then Gus and Gussel.
I think Gus will be out there. J.K. Mm-hmm.
And just Ezekiel Elliott signing the practice squad. Just the thought process there for you guys.
Competitors welcome at the Los Angeles Chargers.
Avenue for him to play.
He just got here today, but he's welcome.
Coach, were you familiar with him before today?
Yeah. Oh, like most people that watch football, yeah. Very familiar. And played it, personally, yeah. Got some bruises from days competing against Zeke. But yeah, it's great to see him, and he's here, and I'll start having at it today.
Jim, what's it like seeing the front office, even in a playoff week, being active with still trying to add and tweak things going into the first round?
Great. I mean, we're at the point where we have faith, trust, and love the way Joe, Chad, the Lewis, Clark. I mean, the whole group, the scouts. Everybody that's been doing such a fantastic job before we got here, and since we've been here and while we're here, and we anticipate and that's going to continue to be the case. So, yeah, trust and faith.
At the playoffs begin, are you personally excited to be back on the sideline of the postseason? It's been over a decade in the hockey and NFL.
Yeah, great. I mean, it just hits you. We're here. Football wise, we're alive, and want to stay alive. Just keep at it. Raise my right hand and promise to keep at it.
One more as far as practice today. Is Trey Pipkins going to practice?
He'll be out there today.
He'll be out there. So as far as right guard with Jamari and Trey, who was going to start at right guard if Rashawn didn't get injured?
We were planning on the rotation. Playing both good players.
Now, would you do a rotation in a playoff game with those two potentially?
That's possible.
Is the wind and air quality playing a factor in practice at all?
The wind?
Air quality,
yeah. I don't know. I just heard about the wind from Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke informed us in the quarterback room that there was going to be 80-mile-an-hour winds at 4 o'clock. So we'll see if that prediction comes true.
Coach, when it comes to special teams, how big has Darius Davis played this season?
Oh, it's been tremendous. Tone setter. He's been. He just gives us a spark, and every time he's back there, and every time they punt to him, and now when he's on offense, you just never know when it's coming. It's lightning on the bottle. You see the guys on the sideline. Everybody. Is this going to be the time? So it just, what does it do? I think it makes everybody. We can just sustain this block. Get this block, sustain it a little bit longer. Maybe, he's got the license and the ability to create that big play. And on offense as well. The catch he made in New England, that was phenomenal. I even thought to myself, boy, if that had been Justin Jefferson making that catch, they probably would have replayed it on SportsCenter for the rest of the day. But he's got that kind of talent, ability, and to be able to make something happen, right now, big, and create that tone-setting spark for the team.
The other side of the ball, or other CJ Stroud and his journey so far. Have you seen a lot of him over the years?
Yeah.
What do you make of that guy?
From the moment Well, watching him on tape, as a high school player, I was like, wow, it really intrigued. And then flew out to Los Angeles, got in a rental car, and drove up to Rancho Cucamonga, and just watching him play in person, from the side. And then I started watching him from the end zone. I'm like, this guy's the real deal. I mean, he's going to go all the way, and wish we would have got him, but to come to our school. But he's a great player. Just there's I mean, all the talent is there. I mean, he's got the courage. So many times I've seen a defender coming right at him, and he just stands in there, lets him get close enough almost, knows they're going to hit him, and then he's able to, get the ball up over him, around him, and we're talking, 16, 18-yard in breaking dig routes or routes to the sideline, and he's a great guy and tremendous competitor.
Shane, he obviously spent last season in Houston with their offensive staff and with CJ. Do you tap into that at all this week as you're preparing for their offense?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that's on tape already, but yeah, I'm trying to tap a little more. Any kind of insight available.
And so, you see the quarterbacks view? Is that why you moved over? I was curious.
Yeah, I guess I like that just to see what they're seeing, what they're looking at, and that's just always been my view of the position, from playing it or whether I was out and the other quarterback was in taking the rep in practice, so just watched 100,000, of those reps, and and then coaching, that's where I stand. So 100,000 reps probably I've seen from back there. That's kind of my vantage point, which is when I know I've said some great things about Justin Herbert, but the other thing that has hit me, just from that vantage point is when he goes to, he's got such an incredible rhythm and an ability that when he sets to throw, he's in a platform where he could throw the ball to 3/4 of the field. It could go from here all the way to there, and you don't know if he's throwing a post or a corner, a comeback, a dig, or a check down, or something to the flat, or a curl. He gives no keys. There's nothing with his eyes that tell a defender where the ball is going. There's nothing with his shoulder tilt or his posture. There's nothing that gives it away, and then the ball is released so quick that it's by people. Defenders don't have that advantage of being able to get not even a 6-inch step in the direction where he's throwing it. And then the other cool part is, that's 3/4 of the field, but if he gets to the top of his drop and he wants to go to this 3/4 of the field, it's just literally, and he's got that 3/4 of the field. It's incredible. It really is. And I think too that for receivers, there's for our own receivers, it's a great advantage that the defenders can't get the key, but there's his anticipation and his timing is so incredible too that they can't count on seeing the ball out of his hand. A lot of times when they're running these routes, the ball might be halfway there, And I really think that, we're seeing, the chemistry now, with Quentin Johnson, for example, really coming together, because there's no other quarterback like this. And Quentin never played with anybody like this, or any of the other guys. But it takes some time. Like it took Unitas and Barry, years. 3, 4, 5 years to develop the kind of chemistry that they had. I just really feel like, that's something that, with pretty much outside of Josh Palmer, I mean, that's a new receiver room. It speaks volumes for our receivers, and also the job both Shane Day has done and Sanjay Lau, in particular. They've done an incredible job to see it come together the way it has, in a very short period of time, where it can take years.
Is there, going back to that long scramble you had the other day, is there a trick to kind of like being able to freeze the linebackers and then, because they know you're going to throw, and then at the last second take off the way he did, because obviously he looked and saw huge opening on the left.
Yeah. Trick? I don't know just I don't know about the trick. I don't know but everybody, I think he just felt everybody moving this way and, went that way.
Maybe trick isn't the right.
That was incredible. I think the thing that popped to everybody was, wow, he's an incredible athlete. He can really run, been saying that for a while. He's the kind of athlete that could play tight end in this league. He could play edge rusher in this league. And some of the other things. I mean, there was a throw he made on a check down, with a defender right in front of him, and he went like that. And then the throw to Ladd on the 2-point play. I mean, the degree of difficulty, and it was higher degree of difficulty than Montana to Dwight Clark on the catch. And when you see where he let the ball go, and with the guy like right there, and then put it on a dime, as we like to say, into like a 6-inch window in stride to Ladd running across. I mean, it's artistry. It's incredible what Justin's capable of doing.
What about the one at Darius that was called back?
That was another. There's. I know I said near perfect game a couple weeks ago. That would have been a perfect game played by the quarterback this past game.
Just on what you were describing earlier with the end zone view, but also with the many things that he does, what else causes him to excel on play action? And I think you guys have run it like 1/3 of his dropbacks this year. Just by having that view with the offensive staff, we can really take advantage of his deception and run play action?
Yeah, he's also a perfectionist in the great in the great sort of way, because he wants it to be about, it's for the team, and he wants the team to be successful. But his ball handling, he goes to the nth degree to make the fake look like the handoff, the footwork, completely, the same, to where you don't know if it's a run or a pass, and if it is a pass, he's gonna be in great posture and balance. I mean, it's been like watching like Dancing with the Stars You know, the way he goes through his footwork and, you know, it's the way it's choreographed. I mean, to perfection. And again, I mean, the artist. He's an artist. It's like artistry.
So obviously, you guys in here know what you have with Justin. Do you think more broadly he's underappreciated?
I don't know. Broadly, like outside of the team, I mean, who would appreciate him more than his teammates, you know, or his coach? I would think probably, I'm sure respected, you know, maybe even feared. I mean, I would. I'd be, if I were, that would be probably wouldn't expect them to appreciate him as much as us. Nobody's going to appreciate him as much, but I can't imagine he's not highly respected by all.
How much of his skill level is also, at this point, kind of intuitive, just knowing what to do next?
I'm sure a lot. I mean, I don't know the exact, you know, mixture there, but I mean, I would imagine it's elite intuitiveness, and the way he calls the game, the way he audibles. I mean, he had an incredible, you know, run audible in the game. Got full command. He has full command of the playbook. I mean, it's in his head. He's tremendous at memorizing, and there's a quality. You know, if somebody wants to be a good quarterback, to be able to memorize, you know, coverages, fronts, plays. He knows what all 11 on offense are doing, including himself and the other 10 positions, and I mean, it looks like he knows what all 11 are doing on defense as well. And being able to process, being a quick thinker, he's able to do that as well. So, yeah. And I'm sure a lot of that is really intellectual, and a lot of it is memorization, and a lot of it is study, and a lot of it is intuitive. You know, we can only wonder. You know.
For you, how does it feel going back to Houston since 1 year ago tomorrow? You won a national championship there.
Like I said, it just feels great to be alive in the football sense, and you know, let's keep her going.
With the Texans defense, they're top 5 in sacks and pressures. Just what kind of makes them successful at getting to the quarterback?
Yeah, they're scary good. Defense, offense, they do a great job. They're thriving on. They're getting a lot of interceptions. Really good with pressure. You know, got really good players, but they're really well coached. It's a really good scheme, and they know it well. They play it well. They play it fast. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of thinking going on, but they're anticipating and yeah, they're a step and a half headed in the right direction. The way they're able to intuitively read what an offense is trying to do. Really good players. Will Anderson's playing great. Tola, over 100 tackles. Really good front. Opportunistic, you know, in the back end. You got a safety with 5 interceptions, corner with 5 interceptions. But really good team defense. Yeah, it's a big challenge for us.
How much of a challenge is it to just with their kicker because of his range and I think the amount of kicks he's had from beyond 50 this year?
Challenge? Yeah. Yeah. He's a great player.